Eyemusician.
Yo, music for your eyes, though. And we're going to the arena. The Yoshimitsu, definitely something of legend no matter where you approached this guy's gameplay from. So
very pretty neutral. In this matchup especially, you're going to look for him to leverage probably a lot more spin. Flash in some of these cases, just with the range that Fahkumram has. It's kind of hard to run away from him. You're always in range. Yoshi might be one of the few characters that can be an exception to that.
Yeah, Fahkumram definitely scary when it comes to the range, especially in this game, bro. And one of the main tools that's stand in 3, bro. Like such an easy approach tool. It has like the range of a down 4-4, but you still have to respect it because it's a string as well. Nice, I like that. Get a little bit sneaky with it. Yeah, you see your opponent freezing up. Go for a lot of these unblockables to make them swing in these scenarios. Heat smash, close it out very quickly. And if anybody's gonna have an understanding of like these flash situations where what he needs to do to close out with a character, it's gonna be Eyemusician.
Absolutely. So that slow conversion here. Look at him. Still finds the wall. Spin on him again. Emergency get up kick.
Okay, wait a minute. Nip up. Wow. Everything is hitting. Everything is hitting. Everything is hitting. And then the mid to close it out. And I think that's one of the problems with Yoshimitsu that I feel like a lot of people, sometimes you try to fight it out with him, and your character's not a lot of times equipped to deal with it. You just get hit. And he has flash, so you really have to respect your offense at times because he can literally just do it at any point in time. One of the quicker punishes in the game, too. So, oh, wow. Okay, a little slip right there. Definitely could have had a launch. What a whip punish with a back one. Hold on. I'm out of there.
Wall jump attack. That's the second time he's shown that activation at the wall. Dirtydanz, you got a problem. Gonna put the knees on him. We call that a barre, Stevie. It counter hits as well.
I like the option, too. Going for the mid option, has a little delay on it. Pick up after the flow.
Good flow check.
Wait a minute. Yo, Dirtydanz, though. Dirtydanz, though, looking pretty solid. And we've been seeing an upswing in Fahkumram just in competitive play, too.
Again, like you mentioned earlier, as a shell pick as well. Like,
yeah,
it's been a lot more common. Slap you silly up against the wall.
Wow.
Whoa, baby. Goes for the big launcher off the dome out of poker stance, and just like that, gets the cut, gets the win. Eyemusician, game 1.
Like I said, if anybody's gonna know how to close out a round with his character on some gimmicky trade you weren't expecting it's gonna be Eyemusician.
Or like a highly layered offense, right?
Yeah.
Get ready for the
also
next
in
battle.
this pool, Trizzy the Rap.
Bruh. Bruh, hopefully we get some Trizzy later on. I'm gonna save my story, my Trizzy story, but Dirtydanz looking pretty good in that first game.
No, he had a couple round sequences where I was like, okay, kind of make something happen here. Had some really, really good punishment, too.
Putting the sword up. Nice.
There's that interaction there. That's another Yoshi.
And he spun out of the, you see what I'm saying?
The threat of spin, and the threat of some of these other attacks with just movement, inherent movement built into the properties.
Charging.
Like Steve said against Flash, you got to be aware of just how you're pressing against this character. This low parry, can he turn it into something?
Yo,
chunks of damage.
Dirtydanz needs to be careful. You was talking about Flash.
Flashing squall back to back, checks the shins, and just like that, goes with the string extension low ender off that 3.
So I was talking about that.
Sizing him up with that 3.
Armor, I like the options Dirtydanz is going to, and he's taking these chunky hits to keep the life even. So obviously he's not getting these big combos, but the lows, the big mids, no knockdowns are starting to add up, but that's a combo. Eyemusician said, I'm tired of watching you do this. Big damage on the wall and gets the round and instantly stops that momentum on Dirtydanz's side.
Big lows.
What a backdash, and look at the combo pickup, the hard stuff, nothing but blue across the board, big damage.
For 83 to check his shins, to check the wall jump attack.
Oh no, Fahkumram, wait a minute, and he went for a little after the bell hit. Hold on, I told you, he was saying he was looking pretty nice that first game. He was looking pretty nice that first game. Oh my God, the Wheel of Fortune, yo, I love it. I love it. One of my favorite throws in any fighting game.
One of these chunks of damage, though, adding up, Steve. Eyemusician got some resource to work with now.
Okay, finishes the string. Big damage on the board, and I got something back.
Yeah, burst cancel, back at you.
Oh, damn. You do it, I do it? We playing chicken? Charge it. Oh my God.
Just low.
Not
Wall
close
door,
enough.
Flashing squall, and there's the flash.
Caught you overextending. He's got heat. He's got rage. And the stage explosion as well. Didn't go for the kill, but the string is follow-up is going to do it. 2 rounds apiece. Potential final game here if Eyemusician can close out. Dirtydanz is looking pretty damn good right now. Yeah. Yep.
That dash to realign that helped him out there, the armor.
The chunky lows, bro.
No challenge that time, but he got him in the open. Fat launch. Activation from Dirtydanz.
That's dead. That's dead and closing it out. And what a switch up for the second game. Dirtydanz looking really good with the Fahkumram. I love him using, and I think that's one of the strengths. One of the strengths of Fahkumram, one, which you pointed out earlier, his reach. He's got some crazy reach when it comes to just his regular normals. We've already pointed out, but he's got a lot of forward advancing moves too. Back one, I think it's 4-4, 1+2, and typically it's used for like Oki situations, so after you lay there, if you get a big hit, you get a follow-up on the ground. But he's using it to close the distance and get some stupid whip punishment a couple of times we've seen that. And now he's got a game on the board versus Eyemusician to see who's gonna stay alive on this top side of the bracket.
Close quarters this time too, so let's see how Eyemusician changes up his flash timing and maybe some of the spin options. If Dirtydanz is able to adapt at all, you have to keep it close like this. You saw him going to a lot of those chunky low kicks, but then also sizing him up with the 3-1 mid extension versus the low and high options at the end.
And using a lot, oh wow, the wall explosion. And using a lot of these down 4-1 extensions with Fahkumram, right? Because he has a lot of feints, and man, he keeps taking on the wall. And he's taking advantage of it. That's a big boy. He rolled on the ground. Walks right into the spin. You gonna walk into the toxic cloud? But yeah, he's one of the things that he saw success with was like those down 4-1 extensions, right? Catching you sidestepping as well as just feinting some of the strings. Down 4 gets the counter hit.
Back to the winning formula here. This counter hit low strikes. Fat Kabuki need from Eyemusician, though, gonna get the wall. That's also gonna play with this. Still spinning, comes up with the back one, counter hit.
Going for the low out of that stance as well.
Patience from Dirtydanz. Waited on the spin just to chase him down.
And look at the series he got because of his sidestep. Small jab, the prerequisite, and then he goes for the extension. We've seen quite a few low parries, and look, we can only get away with this for so long. Not gonna get the kill, but we've seen him use these unblockables. What a great get-up option. And this is one of the things I've been talking about in Tekken 8. Knowing your options on the ground and when to get up and laying there or taking a hit is so much more important in this game. At first, I felt like it was more character-specific in some of the other games. It's now a thing where you need to be careful no matter what character it is.
That was especially good, especially after he
I don't know if this is intentional, but it what? Get up, the pizza cutter. Oh my God.
He said, I want the whole pizza pie, just like that. Tornado at the wall, and there's the big cut. Eyemusician back on set point.
All right, Dirtydanz though. Definitely not out of the running. Wow.
Toss, immediate sidestep left.
Oh. Player 2?
Here we go.
Oh man. I don't know who's player 2. So I ain't gonna say nothing.
Wait for the judge ruling, but if that's...
So, I mean, look, if it is Eyemusician, I think, I could be wrong, I think it's the round. I don't think it's the game, I think it's the round.
I believe so.
But
now I'm thinking if this goes to a final round scenario, how does Dirtydanz open?
I don't even know, bro. And I think they're just waiting on a judge. Time is gonna run out. Yeah, because I don't think the Lively is gonna give it to, yeah. All right, so I guess I'm gonna wait on the ruling because I'm not sure what the follow-up is here. Because if, yeah, we're waiting on a judge right now. But
this is what you're supposed to do, by the way.
This is what you're supposed to do.
Stuff happens like this, just chill. You see people like sometimes they'll start fidgeting with settings, they're pressing their buttons and stuff like that. Nah, just relax. Let the judge figure it out. We might post some like long Twitter hate messages later.
Yep, well, see him coming off the back end, but yo, look, there's rules for a reason, all right, guys? So nobody is to blame. It's literally just the rules. Blame the rules. go to Rules Twitter and talk to him. And I think we got 2. I think those are the judges over there, but I can't tell. Oh yeah, it is. That's.
But looking ahead to this event, Steve, we were talking about Atif, we're talking about
Yeah.
Farzine, success that they've had, or just how impressive they look, right? Like Atif, I mean,
Yep.
you saw him cyberbullying earlier, bro.
Yeah,
He's like,
bro.
I'm gonna just go through pools with just jabs and while running,
And running
twos.
2, bro?
Like,
Nah,
man.
bro. Taking advantage. Taking advantage. Or should I say taking advantage, bro? But that's, I feel like once again, and I was talking about this earlier, that is the difference. Some people will think like, oh man, I know how to do these moves. I know how to do the combo. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm like, that's not how fighting games work. Especially a game like Tekken where it's very much momentum based and getting someone's rhythm where you can find counter hits and stuff like that. The game definitely rewards an understanding of somebody else's pace. So it's super important to show that Atif is one of those players. Same thing goes for, I mean, we were talking about Arslan, I mean, me, all these guys are in the upper echelon of players who understand like the rhythm of games, the ebb and flow, you know?
In that way, it's probably just, he's looking at it probably as warm-up for tomorrow. You know, he's already thinking about round 2.
And it is one of those events, guys. You got to come back multiple days. If you fight on, you fight to the next day. Of course, the whole goal is to get to what, top 8, top 16 on the Sunday once you get there, you know?
That's the difference between like the 300, 400 man tournaments and then like when you get to the 1,000+ category is you got to be ready to play that full day 2.
Yep.
That day 2, especially if you got to go and get at it from the morning. If you're having a good day, you're going to be playing until 8, 9 at night, maybe even later in some cases. So you got to be ready to play for a full day's competition, and it's tough because you got to be locked in.
Yeah.
You got to be able to like tap in, tap out, you know.
And what if you're playing multiple games, bro? Like, some people do that, and there's definitely some talented people that actually try to do that. So it's definitely a lot. You got to think about the entire weekend of an event like EVO, where you're going to have some long days.
It's a different kind of train when you talk about mental stamina. And it showcases in different ways, too. You know, whether it be focus, whether it be decision-making fatigue, whether it be and that shows up in different ways, too, right? Whether it's like combo recipe selection. Man, I would do this in this moment like 99 other times, but I would just you had a brain fart, right? You just weren't thinking when it mattered.
Nobody knows what that feels like. If you don't play fighting games, especially on some tournament scenario where you're like, bro, I brain farted because I didn't know if I wanted to do this wall combo or just take the damage or get the carry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know if it was going to kill. I caught him out of the air. I wasn't sure, so I farted on my brain. And now, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the kind of decisions that you make on a split decision. So, and I think we just got a ruling on it. So I think player 2 was definitely Eyemusician, which means he had to give up the round, right? But they're going to make it 2-2, and then they're going to start from there. Luckily enough, resources do reset. In Tekken round per round. There's no carryover. So that does make it a little easier to diagnose. But the ruling is, since it was player 2, which is Eyemusician, he was up 2 rounds to 1. That means his opponent is now going to get an extra round. They're going to turn the set to 2-2. That's what they're doing right now. So Dirtydanz, Eyemusician, judge ruling is that it was Eyemusician's fault for the disconnect. They're going to tie the rounds. Final game of the set between these two. It can go either way. So let's hope we don't get another disconnect. Okay. All right, here we go. Tied 2-2. Oh, wait, I don't know what happened.
They're trying to recreate the scenario again. I think maybe when they were trying to recreate it the first time, they might have used a wall blast or something.
Ah, okay. Okay, that's probably what it is. But yeah, we're getting everything squared back away so these guys can get, and we can get a definitive winner here for this set. Dirtydanz, like I said before, though, definitely making some really great adjustments to come back and stay alive in this set.
He had some really good string variation, especially to close out the second game. He had been showing a lot of the like 3-1 and then the low and high option, the low option especially. But then when he went to the mid option, which, you know, it's not safe, but he went to it, and when it hit when it mattered, you know, to be able to see some of these rounds. So he's giving Eyemusician different looks, but in this kind of scenario where it's last round of the set like that, you now have to deal with, like, you don't want to, did you get potentially iced here or something like that? You got to remember how that round opened up too before the disconnect. He got sidestepped for pressing a button. He got sidestepped to check, right, in a hard way. So now it's like, you you can't do that again, right? How's he gonna back up, right?
Back
no,
one.
Back one.
Oh, running 3. And look, I ain't saying, my man, you got iced, but look at this lead on the round. That is not going your way right now.
Is the tornado gonna activate here?
Big damage.
Eyemusician back to the wall.
Flash. Back 2-2. I'm going to get this life back.
Just a little bit, though. And the patience touches him in. Bro, the shin check. Wait. There's the flash, and Eyemusician is going to be in the loser's side of this bracket. Dirty Danz moving on winner's side.